with the people who know. Julian Abel is a consultant in palliative care in Somerset and chair of Public Health Palliative Care UK. Alan Axford is a retired oncologist from Aberystwyth. Alan, let me start with you because you retired and your knowledge goes further back than most. Over your career, how has the experience of dying changed?
I think it's changed quite significantly in terms of choices available to patients. If I think back to the beginning of my career, and if I take Mid Wales as an example, it's a very rural area. The District General Hospital had just over 200 beds, and there were 3 community hospitals in the county, each having end-of-life care beds available. Those 3 community hospitals, 2 have closed, 1 is about to close. The District General Hospital, which had over 200 beds, now has fewer than 150 beds. And that means that the only hospital becomes an extremely busy place. It's not a good place to die.
Where it used to be peaceful.
It used to be peaceful. You could have designated areas of a ward, even a whole ward, which could offer a quiet environment where relatives could sit and spend the day, the night, and comfort patients.
But that doesn't happen.
That's no longer the case.
That sounds rather brutal. Julian, the UK pioneered palliative care, so why hasn't that made a great difference?
I think it has made a great difference. What we've seen over the last 60 years is an increasing institutionalisation of death, with increasing numbers of people dying in hospitals and nursing homes. The percentage of people dying in hospices has remained quite low. In terms of hospital care, I think the quality of care that we give now is better than it was, but we see more people dying in hospital and less respecting of people's choices of where they die.
But what you're saying isn't contradicting what Alan's saying. He's saying it's noisy and busy. You're saying more people are getting treated in hospital, but the actual medical care is good.
I would say that it's better than it was, but I would say that the predominance of hospital deaths is not so good. And the big difference between, say, the 1960s, where home death rates were probably over 30-35%, and now is that home death rates are closer to 20%.
Yes, when I was young, most people died at home, and it seemed the natural thing to do. So what's behind this change?
With the NHS being formed in 1948, people actually could get health care, and I think we've just gradually fallen more and more into institutionalised death. With the idea that you've got a disease, you're going to get it treated, and combined with the fact that health professionals really struggle to talk about death and dying, means that people go on getting treated in hospital and really are not able to either express or fulfil their wishes of wanting to die at home.
And of course medicine's wonderful. It can prolong life. So you go to hospital in the expectation of being helped to live longer.
I think that's right.
And that's quite difficult to come to terms with.
The conversations that I have on a regular basis with people who have got terminal illnesses, I think that people actually know what's happening and are keen to have these conversations and actually experience a great sense of relief when somebody talks to them about it. And I think in that circumstance, many people choose not to come back into hospital to have yet more treatment.
Alan, what about families? I mean, what do families feel about this? The idea of the family gathering round is sort of central to our image of others' deaths and our own. And what's happened to family care?
There are stresses now and expectations for the younger members of a family, particularly in an area like rural Mid Wales. The younger members of the family will often move where they can find appropriate employment. So you don't have the extended families that used to be the case. And of course, the other issue for us in Mid Wales is it's a very popular retirement area. So elderly people come, but with no family support. One dies, the other is left extremely isolated. And they need support in the community to facilitate that.
Julian, there is the sense nowadays that caring for the dying is a specialist enterprise. What's the normal routine like?
Well, the normal routine would be that someone's diagnosed with a terminal illness, and then they have, if they're lucky, specialist palliative care nurse. As people become less well, they're cared for in their own homes, unless